Hello, welcome to another Silicon Valley podcast. Today has been a very busy day. That's why I'm recording from my phone as we work here because we are going almost 16 hours straight with all this work. But let me just adjust this. Okay.
I'm wearing my mask today.
Yeah. She's ready to go to bed because she hasn't been sleeping very much.
But we wanted to share something with you because Andre is building a deck for his company. Where are you sending me to?
A bunch of, so right now, like to mainly customers to explain better like what we're building and the value of it. And then we're sending that same deck to Sequoia Arc, and we're sending it to the AI grant.
And those are VCs, right?
Yeah, it's like two ways to get funding so that we can keep going.
So we decided that one of the things we wanted to mention is the importance of sending your pitch to either like people you know, people who have built pitches before, but also to people that are not very aware of what you do in your business. Because sometimes you're so immersed in what you do that you're like, yeah, everyone understands this, like everyone speaks in my terms, and then you send it to them and they're like, I don't understand any word of what you're saying. And this is a dynamic we've been doing. Like I think we because I'm that person for Andre. I'm the person that's outside of his business that can also give feedback, like one of those people. Why do you ask for feedback?
Because you're biased. Like one is biased. Like for example, if you are building your own product every day and you're the expert of your problem, you need to remember that you're probably wrong a bunch of the time and that you're biased in terms of like thinking that people know what AI agents are. when you're enclosed in like this bubble of Silicon Valley where you expect everyone to know like what technology you're working on. Mm-hmm. And also like it could be sometimes I'm very technical. I'm like, oh, this is like the innovation of the product, but the customer doesn't care at all.
They don't understand which terms you're using.
Yeah, or which terms you're using, or what do you want to connect with. So actually showing and iterating like these decks with actual customers, which like ask a lot of questions during these meetings, right? Mm-hmm. And say, oh, and how does your product differentiate between that? And it's a common question. Then we need to make a slide about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to always put it out there, get a bunch of feedback, and yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things I like to see when I revise my friends' pitch decks is to actually help them dumb it down. That's a phrase that I like to use. Dumbing it down in terms of they might be using super technical terms that the user doesn't care about. They might be talking about the coolest technology, but if I don't understand which value it's adding to me, like the pitch is not going to be useful. So I put on my hat of user that can question everything and user that has questions when seeing the pitch. So for example, right now I was checking Andres' pitch, Bytespace pitch, and I had questions. I was like, but how does this actually look like? You're telling me what it does, but how does it actually look like? Like, is it like a 3-step thing? Is it like a complex thing? Do I need to know things? And that's the type of questions I can bring to the table for Andre to then evaluate and then update. But I bet, Andre, that after you do these changes and after you send it to the first people, I bet you'll eventually iterate upon that, right?
Yes.
It's a continuous learning thing.
Yeah, and the more people see it, like it's like any other, like you should treat your deck as your product as well. Like, yeah, iterate. Basically like oh my God, someone died. No, it's not, there's a point, there's always noises about like, like this ambulance.
There's always ambulances in San Francisco for some reason.
Yeah, but treat your decks like you treat your product. So do a bunch of like, like usage, I guess, send to a bunch of people, ask for feedback, and yeah, eventually you'll get a killer deck. And I think like from the best decks that I've seen, it's like what Sophia has said, like it's basically like, so you do this and you get this and that's it, like literally like that, as simple as it can be.
Yeah, and sometimes we want to make it look like we know more, and that gets us distracted. Think about your user, as Andres say, as you always do with your product. Your user are the VCs. Your users are the people you're sending it to. So think about them and don't forget about them. Okay, I think that's it. That's it for today's podcast.
We're
It's
5
super
minutes.
short. Yeah, it's 5 minutes, but it's 5 minutes of power and love and affection.
Yeah.
And I need to sleep because I've slept like 3 hours in the next 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's also important to sometimes sleep. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay,
else
yeah.
you want to share?
I have I have a lot to share. You have a lot to share, but
We do.
yeah, but let's prioritize sleep tonight. So if you're sleep deprived like we are,
Go sleep.
go sleep. And if you don't have no choice like I do,
Yeah, he's
then
gonna stay awake.
I need to deliver so much stuff for tomorrow morning.
And
So
you will.
And I
that's
will.
Very exciting.
yeah, it'll be painful night.
Yeah, and maybe in the next podcast we can share like also tools, because there are many tools you can use when building a pitch deck. Nowadays, like with AI, with different stuff, you can build it easier. Yeah, we'll share more tools with you, but just if you're building it right now, just remember to ask for feedback and dump it down as much as you can. Think of your user. That's it for tonight. We love you so much.
Yes, okay,
Bye.
bye.